I thought I made a mistake when I was looking on the internet, and I was like, wait a minute, like this story looks just like the last story I did about a mother putting her child in the oven. And then I realized when I looked at the pictures, that picture in particular, which is just a difficult thing to look at when it comes to visuals. But nonetheless, I thought I made a mistake because I was like, these are the same story. And come to find out it's not. This is actually a completely different story that happened at a very close proximity of time. But also, I realized that, wait a minute, there have been a lot of stories just like this about these mothers who have put their children in ovens. And I'm like, what's going on here? But look, before we get into the details, let me give you a disclaimer real quick. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm taking this article from Daily Mail just because I think they got more of the details correct. So thank you, Daily Mail, if you guys are out there listening somewhere in the world. But Texas takes another L, and I'm like, sucks. A Texas mother has been arrested after being accused of torturing her children, including once trying to put her 3-year-old daughter in a hot oven. How, Sway? How? And you still got to be a parent? Y'all are not going to believe what this woman's name is. I almost forgot about this part. When they gave me this name, I thought that this was either the name of a rap song or the name of a rap artist. And maybe this is a normal name, some type of cultural thing. Her name is spelled L-U-L. Last name Top, T-O-P. I guess that's a normal last name, I guess. Lil Top. And I said, that can't be right. Like, I've actually seen some songs, like I think this guy named NBA Youngboy has this song called Lil Top, L-I-L-T-O-P. He wants to get him a Lil Top, right? And when I seen Lil Top as a name, I was like, what does that name mean? Maybe that's a tribal thing? I don't know. I've never heard of it. This woman's name is Lil Top, who's 36 years old, allegedly. She looks much, 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 much older than that. She was arrested after her not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 children were removed from her custody on January the 8th after she beat her husband. The roles are switched. How many people think domestic violence is funny? I don't. I don't think it's funny either way. And I think that it should be just as serious either way, regardless of who's the aggressor, whether it's male or female or non-binary or LGTB or QRSTV, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think that domestic violence should just be treated equally. We want equal rights. They told investigators with the Children's Advocacy Center in Collin County about the incident and also claimed that she cut them with knives if they didn't get alcohol for her. The girl's brother, who's 10 years old, told the investigator he had to physically fight off his mother to stop her from putting the girl in the heated oven. He then took his younger sister upstairs and was forced to hide her. The incident was also witnessed by a 4-year-old sibling, according to police and an affidavit that was obtained by a local Fox station. After the claims were made by the children, police returned to Top's rental house in the Dallas suburb of Allen, Texas, with an arrest warrant for 6 counts of felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Dramatic video shows a police armored vehicle on the lawn of Top's house with a SWAT officer speaking into a loudspeaker. And I think that you guys could actually see that. I'm going to make it bigger just so you guys can. Well, I guess that's a good picture of it right there. And I also downloaded a live video of it. When you see that, that just looks unreal. It doesn't even look like it's real. It looks like it's something out of a movie. Okay? Now, the dramatic video shows police in the armored vehicle. "Come out with your hands up," police blared over the loudspeaker. Top hid in an attic of the house for an hour and finally came out after they deployed chemical weapons. Footage shows the mom being led away in handcuffs. The children said Top would threaten to kill everyone, leading her little ones to hide cleavers from her. They were hiding the knives. 3 of Top's children, who were ages 6, 9, and 10 years old, told investigators that she often drank and ordered them to bring her more booze if she ran out. Investigators noticed Top's 3 and 4-year-old children had scars resembling knife cuts. Both children said their mother used a knife to cut them. Does that sound like she loved her children? I'd say no. Not at all. The woman once held a knife to her son's tongue and made him drink alcohol, but he spit it out, according to police documents. Always weird stuff over there. Police were always there, one neighbor told Fox 4. If the police were always there, why did she get to keep the children? So literally, they were going to go through all of this when they could have fixed this from the moment that they heard about this situation going on. No parenting classes, no anger management, no Alcoholics Anonymous, no domestic violence training, no nothing. You just get your kids back, stop doing stuff. And she continues to terrorize her children. She just shouldn't be a parent. Seeing the kids playing out in the backyard by themselves with no supervision, and to know that that was actually happening is really sad, according to a neighbor. Police have been called to the home 11 times since January the 1st. So thank goodness at least the children were removed and they were safe. So they just barely came in time in order to save these kids. Top is currently being held at the Collin County Jail under a $600,000 bond. Why does she get a bond at all? It's just beyond me. But let me give you guys the fair usage and we'll go from there. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If y'all can, do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment too and let me know what you think about this and we'll go from there.
Allen police say a woman taken into custody this week by SWAT officers during a standoff at a home terrorized her children. What started as an investigation into an assault involving her husband revealed horrific cases of abuse. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager is in Allen tonight with more on the story. Peyton.
Stephen, Allen police tell me they have responded to this Allen home 11 times in this new year. The children, they were removed from the home last month and immediately interviewed. The children told investigators that their mom often would state that she was going to kill all of them. Inside this Allen home off Tanglewood Drive, police say 6 children were being tormented by their mother, 36-year-old Lowell Top. Top was taken into custody Monday morning after a 2-hour standoff with Allen SWAT. Police were there to arrest her on 6 felony warrants for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for what they say she did to her 6 children. Allen SWAT was called in after Top barricaded herself in the attic. Cell phone video arrested her on 6. Police were there to arrest her on 6 felony warrants for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
It literally looks like somebody came in, and I didn't want to do it, but her hair looks like somebody came and just took a weed whacker to it and just went nuts. Just She looks bad, man. And crazy. Bad and crazy.
For what they say she did to her 6 children. Alan SWAT was called in after Top barricaded herself in the attic. Cell phone video from a neighbor shows Top with her hands behind her back. Court documents show 4 weeks earlier, on January 8th, police and CPS launched a child abuse investigation when Top's husband called them to the home because she was beating him with a stick and that all of the children witnessed it. Top was arrested. The children were taken into CPS custody and Top later bonded out. The arrest warrant affidavit for the child assaults reveals the terror Top allegedly caused her children. They were interviewed after her arrest for assaulting her husband. They told investigators their mother often drank alcohol, and if she ever ran out of alcohol, she would threaten them. A 3-year-old disclosed Top had tried to put her inside the oven that was turned on. Police say one of the siblings, a 10-year-old, started physically fighting his mother to get the 3-year-old away from the heated oven. The 3-year-old and her 4-year-old sibling were asked about scars on their body. Both children told investigators their mother used a knife to cut them. They said their mother would become angry and threaten to cut their hands and fingers off with a cleaver knife if they didn't help her find alcohol. One boy told detectives his mother once held the knife to his tongue. Plus, the boy said his mother made him drink alcohol, but he spit it out. Police say the children took it upon themselves to hide the knives away from their mother.
Always weird stuff over there. The police were always there.
Neighbor William Whitney says just a few days before the standoff, he had a strange encounter. Whitney says Top and another woman knocked on his door and asked to borrow Wi-Fi.
Seeing the kids playing out here by themselves, no supervision, and to know that was actually happening down there is sad.
Top is in the Collin County Jail this evening. Again, she's charged with 6 felony counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for the violence against the children. Now, I spoke with multiple neighbors who witnessed that SWAT standoff on Monday. They tell me that specific family, they were renting that home in Allen, and they moved in about a year ago.
Disturbing new details of an assault case out of Allen involving a mother and her children.
Cell phone video shows SWAT members at a house where Allen police say a mother threatened her own children with knives and more. Vince Sims has been digging through the arrest documents.
Here in this Allen neighborhood, a boarded up door is all that shows any signs of police activity that happened here earlier this week. But it's what police are alleging happened inside the house to children that is so disturbing. People living on Tanglewood Drive say police are familiar with this house.
The police were always there, and it seemed like they were knocking at the door, and you know, something was always going on. The police were always, that was the big thing. Oh, they're back, they're back.
This is the Allen Police Department.
However, Monday morning around 9, things grew more tense with Allen Police Department SWAT team on scene. They were serving 6 felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon warrants on 36-year-old Lul Top. Police say the victims were her husband and children. According to the affidavit, last month, Top used a piece of wood from a door frame and caused bodily injury to her husband. That led to forensic interviews with the children, where they reportedly told police Top drinks a lot of alcohol and makes all the children help look for alcohol. Another said Top held a knife to the child's tongue, threatening to cut it off. And another child reported she tried to put her inside the oven that was on. Neighbors often saw the kids, but never the parents.
The kids, sweetest kids ever. It's unfathomable. I don't know how a parent could do that to their kids.
After a nearly 2-hour standoff, Top was found hiding in the attic and arrested. Court records show during her interview, Top denied ever causing harm to the children.
If what they're saying is true, was happening, then I am so happy for the kids, because to get them out of that situation, because it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
At last check, Top was still in jail. She has a $100,000 bond placed on each of her charges. In Allen, Vince Sims, NBC5.
Court documents indicate Top's husband filed for a protective order against her last week. A hearing on that was set for next week.
So with that, what I'm hoping for is that he will get custody and he should never, ever deal with her again. And brother, I'm going to tell you, don't ever let her see those kids for any reason ever again. Until they are grown, and then when it becomes their own decision, when they can speak and defend for themselves, don't ever let this woman be around those kids, because there's no telling how much jail time she's going to get. Do y'all really think that Texas super aggravated child abuse laws are going to work in this situation? I hope it does, because I don't want Texas to see color. I don't want Texas to see race. I don't want Texas to see age. I want them to see right and wrong and charge accordingly. I don't want them to look at mental illness, what they were going through, depression, education, position in society, how big their home is. None of that should actually matter. But let me show y'all the video, not this one, the next one. I'm going to show you the SWAT vehicle pulling up, like not pulling up, but already out there and screaming at her. I'll show y'all that.
It was different.
William Whitney thought he'd be getting new neighbors.
We hadn't seen the kids anymore because they're always playing in the back alleyway and whatnot, and haven't seen them in forever, so we thought they moved out.
Turns out the children 2 doors down left with CPS investigators in early January. Police then accused their mother, Lowell Top, of hitting her husband in the head with a piece of door frame.
The police were there constantly, all the time.
But in the days following that incident, court documents indicate the 6 children told investigators their mother cut them, forced at least one to drink alcohol, and repeatedly threatened to cut off their hands or fingers when they couldn't find her more alcohol. The children are between 3 and 10 years old.
I would have never in a million years thought that was happening down there. I mean, it's one thing when your kids are out there playing unsupervised, as little as they are, but to have that happen, it's like, and not even know.
According to court documents, one child says they wrestled a younger sibling away from Top, who balled her up and tried to put her in a hot oven. Whitney watched police raid the home Monday. Top is jailed, charged with 7 serious crimes of assault today. Authorities also reopened 2 prior felony cases against her because she violated conditions of her plea deal when she was arrested Monday. She'd been serving probation for assaulting a peace officer or judge and assaulting a different public servant. She'd agreed not to drink or do drugs, but the children said she did both, court documents allege. Investigators found cocaine in all 6 of their systems, too.
Unfortunately, I think the public has no idea how much child abuse really exists in our communities.
Alcohol and cocaine, isn't that something?
Dan Powers can't talk about this case because his Children's Advocacy Center is involved.
You said you wonder if she was drinking rubbing alcohol? I could imagine, because it's just like, you could tell she's missing brain cells. Man, this is wild. And where was the father? If he's the husband, I don't know if he was living with her. And if he was, then it sounded like he was being terrorized, especially when she beat him up and she beat up a police officer. She's whooping everybody's ass, including the kids.
But he wants
She's whooping grown men.
You to know what to look for.
I get asked quite often, what if I'm wrong? And my response always is, what if you're right?
If a child has unexplained injuries, changes in behavior, becomes afraid of people or places, call 911 or the Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-252-5400. All 6 of Top's children are in the state's care now. In Collin County, I'm Matt Houston.
All right, let me show you guys this video real quick. Let me take this off the screen. It's going to be really quick. It's really short, but this is the SWAT video, so give me just a second.
1533 Jack.
Let me make this bigger.
1533 Janglewood. This is the Allen Police Department. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come downstairs with your hands up. 1533 Janglewood. This is the Allen Police Department. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come downstairs with your hands up.
If you have to go through all of this, I would think that this person should never be allowed to be a parent or be around children. If they're this level of dangerous, why should they ever get a second chance? They're going to end up killing somebody. They're going to take somebody with them. The judge and prosecutors have one job to do, and that is to put her away for life. If y'all fail to do that, when she gets out, she's gonna end up ending somebody's life and hurting other people, maybe even another officer or one of your loved ones. So I'm encouraging and imploring them to get this right and put her away for life, because that's what she deserves. It's just some people don't need a second chance at getting back out in society and potentially harming others. If jail is the only option that we have, then it is what it is. But keep her there and keep her there permanently, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Keep those children in your prayers. And thank God that this is actually a positive story and all the children actually survive. So prayer hands up to all those children, okay? Pray for the father and hope that he does the right thing. And stop making babies by crazy women. Fellas, all right? Come on, man. Y'all got to step y'all game up and do better than this. Ridiculous.